people in the church. The reason you're poor, brother, sister, it's not because God wants you to be poor like that. It's because you're not managing that money well. Money is neutral. It has no right or wrong. Where that money goes will be determined by the hand that is controlling it. This is where it's really important because money is neutral.
Yep.
It has no right or wrong.
Yep.
It's on it just matters where on the hands it lays on. You know, where that money goes will be determined by the hand that is controlling it.
One quote that I just saw is, money is just a tool. Mm-hmm. It's going to take you anywhere you wish, but it's not going to take over who's the driver.
Ooh.
And so whenever we see money, we're just seeing it as a tool to where I can grow my business, I can grow my church, I can pay for the college fund. But I'm not going to see it as something that's going to take over my own life to where my car payment is higher priority for what I'm providing for my kids.
You know, like $700? I've seen people pay $500, $700, even more sometimes, depending on the car. They pay more of that.
Oh my gosh, man.
You know, where would $500? You know, I know there's people who say this is a need. Yes, you do need a car, but you don't need to have that in your car.
Yes, exactly. That's where it comes to like the priority of our money.
You know, my first car was a 2003 Subaru Forester. This is the year 2023.
Yep.
I got this car a couple years back, only 3 years ago, I think it was. And honestly, this car, because I used to use my parents' car when they would let me borrow it. But when I had this car, I really didn't care what people thought.
Yep.
The reason why I don't care is because this thing is taking me from point A to point B to point C to point D.
And you know it's temporary.
It's temporary. I'm not thinking, man, maybe this, because I know one day this car will fail on me. Yeah. It's an old car.
Yeah.
But this is the thing. Sometimes taking those, and I don't ride that car no more. I leveled up.
Yep.
But you level up according to the season you're in.
Yes.
You know, if right now you know you can't afford a car that expensive, don't get the car.
Or even if it's needed. Mm-hmm. Like for me, I own a 2002 Jeep Liberty.
Yes.
And so it's almost 21 years old now.
Yes.
Almost as old as me.
Yes.
And it's working perfectly fine. For me, I purchased it $1,000. I don't have to worry about monthly payment for the car, only for insurance.
You know how many people are paying almost that for their car
payment? I know, exactly.
Payment? You literally can still find a car for super cheap. Go to Facebook Marketplace.
I know, exactly.
Go to
Offer.
I mean, go to the local dealership, used car dealer. Look for used car. You can find good quality, well-maintained used cars.
Exactly.
You don't need to use that money to just look good. You know, yes, you might want it, but you got to first get your income up first.
Yes, exactly.
Invest in the right places around so you can have room for more.
If I know that I'm making the money, I'm not going to think about, I can finally get a new car.
Yes.
What I'm going to think about, okay, do I have enough to at least sustain a new car? Do I actually need a new car? Like if my car is working perfectly fine right now, if I have enough space for me, if it's not enough space for my family, that's whenever I'm going to start looking into a new car.
Exactly.
But if it's something that can at least can still last me and run it to where it's all rusty, that's what I'm going to keep it still. I mean, for me, at least I don't have the stress of having to do a car payment anymore. And so for me, I find it valuable still because I don't have to worry about that in my life. And my finances can now be geared now more to helping me build
that money
more
you
wealth.
Would pay for that payment of that
can
car.
Now, yes, exactly.
Can be used to fund a college fund.
Yes.
Can be used to be invested in an IRA.
Yes.
Can be used to be to purchase real estate. Can be used first to start a business. Like literally, many of us just need to take the pill down, swallow it down, and realize, you know what, I am investing. I'm using my money in the wrong places. I am not managing it well. Like many people, I mean, at the end of the day, that video really like exposes that. It's like, man, people in the church.
Yes.
The reason you're poor, brother, sister, it's not because God wants you to be poor like that.
Yeah.
It's because you're not managing that money well.
Yes.
You are spending too much on that extra stuff that you don't need right now. Those memberships that you're paying every month for that you don't ever use. You're paying for a gym membership and you don't even go to the gym.
Yep.
You're paying $50 a month. You know, does it have to be that gym? At least pay for the tent. Does it have, do I just have to, your finances right now are showing you what you can and cannot afford.
Yes.
And that's one thing about this.
And your finances also could dictate where your priorities at in your life. Like if your finances are gearing to where you can't build wealth, you have to just go buy right now, to where we go back to what Stephen Chandler was talking about. Your payment for your car is this big, and you're only putting this much into something that can grow your child, that can build something for your child, to where your priority is now on the 2023 up-to-date car, to where your children now can't flourish anymore because of that.
It made me think of this. So you know how we were talking about how we bought a piece of land, 2 pieces of land, right?
Yes.
We own some real estate, and one thing I saw is that people pay $500 for a car of, let's say, $40,000, $30,000, right?
Mm-hmm.
Or it might be more or less, you know. That same $40,000 payment, which is like $500, put in the space of what we're paying for, it's almost the same.
Yeah.
But the thing is, that one over time is going to depreciate. This one is going to appreciate.
Yes.
This is going to go down. This is going to go up. It's the same 500.
Yeah.
Same 500.
Exactly.
Now, the thing is, the excuses that we give, we're trying to excuse our expenses because we want to say, you know what, I need it when you really don't need it.
And I think whenever we start seeing that in our life, we're going to start realizing how much pride we actually have. Mm-hmm. Like, no, I want to be known that I drive in this year's car. I want to be known that I have the nice clothes. We're going to be fighting pride at that point to where we need to dumb down our finances.
This is where being humble is.
Yes.
It's like you can be humble when you're poor and you can be humble when you're rich too. Yeah. Like at the end of the day, it's it comes down to the reasons.
Yes.
Like the why I'm doing this. The reason why I'm not buying that car is because I wanted to put my kids through college.
Yeah.
That's a bigger goal. That's a bigger achievement than, hey, just getting the car of the year. You know, which, hey, guess what? Every year they got a new one.
Yeah.
Your car will one day not be the car of the year.
Yeah.
So,
and I think that's whenever you start applying purpose to now in an area that people do not apply God in, you're putting it now in your finances. Yep. So where you're putting purpose to what God has given you and the opportunity to steward.
Exactly.
And the privilege of being able to say, you know what, this isn't an investment that I need to be making right now. I don't need to be paying this much to bring me from point A to point B. I don't need to be paying this much for the nicest clothes. As long as I have clothes that I'm able to wear. I don't need to be buying Gucci. I don't need to be buying Louis Vuitton. None of that matters.
I mean, it's no problem if you want to, but the thing is,
you don't need to. You don't
need that stuff.
Yeah.
To validate who you are in God's eyes. You don't need that stuff for status. You don't need that stuff to present any value.
And if we look in what is today, looking at Elon Musk, looking at Mark Zuckerberg.
Bro, I saw that Elon Musk is what's it called? I've heard that he was like bunking with
he was even living
Bro,
in his own house.
This guy is a billionaire. He's the richest man, I think, right now at the time. He's the richest man, and this guy's bunking. Yeah. Hey, bro. You know, I'm part of. I have a lot of amazing companies, but hey, bro, can I get a space on your couch?
Yeah.
I mean, for me, that's fine. Elon, just make sure to pay some rent. You know what I mean? That couch is nice, but this is the thing. I mean, I look at Mark Zuckerberg. I've seen pictures of him.
They don't need fancy things.
They don't need Bill Gates. I'm just saying a few. I know these guys are not in our Christian spaces, but there's also people in our Christian spaces who are really wealthy.
Why is it that people that are not in the Christian spaces at least understand like those points?
Yes.
It's like, I know I have the money. It gets to the point to where it's like, I have so much money, I don't need any of these things. I can easily buy it. It's so accessible to them to where it's like, I don't even need it right now.
Yes, I can simply buy a shirt at Walmart.
And I think
Walmart's leveling up, guys.
Yeah. and if we bring that same perspective into our situation now, I believe that we can start flourishing and building ourselves to financial freedom in our life. Amen. To where it's like none of the objects that we have, none of the things that we own are taking stress, are making worries in our life, to where we're letting God take control in that area in our life, to where he's the one that's guiding you to take away that worry, to take away that stress in your life. If our channel is bringing value to you, be sure to subscribe, because we have a goal of reaching 1,000 subscribers. So be part of that movement. So make sure you subscribe, like, comment in our videos, and turn on that notification bell so you can be notified every single time we post.